Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I get so many requests on how I do my own acrylic nails, so I'm going to do that today for you. So the brand of liquid and powder I'm using at the moment is by Ink London and it's called Acrylic. So I'm using their Pre-Nail Prep Dehydrator, the Monomer, Mrs. Natural, which is like a cover pink, and Mrs. Pink, which is a clear pink. And then I'm using my favourite forms. These are double-ended, so you can sculpt a stiletto or a square nail. I will leave the link for these if I can find it, but they have been out of stock for quite a while. So the brush I'm using is by Crystal Nails and it's my A8, and it's just a brilliant brush. It does the work for you. And then you'll be needing a cuticle pusher, some lint-free wipes and your choice of files. And then I'm using Protein Bond by Young Nails. It's brilliant for enhancements and under gel polish on the tips. So I've washed my hands and they're ready to go, so let's get started. So my other nails are done, they're not filed yet. They are in their raw state, so I'm just going to do my index finger for you. So I've pushed back the epinicium and I'm just removing any cuticle, which is basically sort of dead dry skin, off of the nail plate so it promotes maximum adhesion. Then I'm using the Ink London Dehydrator to get rid of any finger oils and dust and debris. And then I'm just going to put a thin layer of Protein Bond, and this just air dries. And then here I'm just showing you how I apply the form. So I've cut the back tab and I'm just going to pre-pinch and then apply to the nail, making sure that it's totally flush so no product gets under the nail. Now when I filmed this I was at quite a tricky filming angle, so please bear with me. So this is a bead of Mrs. Natural and I've just drained some of the liquid out the back of the brush so it's easier to work with and it doesn't slide all over the form. So this acrylic is really nice and mouldable when you get the right consistency and you have got a bit of time to work with it. So I'm just concentrating on the side walls, just making sure that they're flush with my natural nail, and I'm actually pressing that product into my nail. So you want to press and then smooth it out. And then I'm applying a second bead and I'm going to the number 1 on the form there, so I've got them all the same length. And again, just pressing it and then smoothing it back. And then making sure the side walls are also flush with the nail. And I haven't really sped this video up, I'm sort of doing it in real time so you can see how long it actually takes. So apologies if this is a long video, but I just wanted to see each individual step. So I'm going in with another bead into zone 2 and I'm pressing again into the nail and then smoothing it forward. And then I'm going in with my last bead into zone 3, and I haven't taken the liquid out of this one because I want to blend it in nicely, and you want to press it really nice and flat round by the epinicium, getting as close as you can but not touching it, and then smoothing it out. And I've missed a tiny bit on this right hand side, so I'm just going to go in and fill that in. But really take your time around that area and get it nice and smooth and flat. And then you want to check from the side, just check your apex that you've got a nice height on there, and then check the length, check you're happy with that. And then I'm actually going to cap this nail in a very thin layer of Mrs. Pink, which is like a clear pink, just for a little bit of added strength. So that has set now, and I like to tap it with the back of my brush and it makes a nice tapping sound. If it makes a thud sound, it's not ready yet to remove the form. So I have filed the rest of my nails and I'm going in with the file to do my index finger. So I like just to do the sides and then around the cuticle area and just try and get rid of the little road that sort of sits around there and get it nice and flat. And I found it so hard to actually file on camera, so apologies if I go out of shot. And also I have sped this bit up so it looks like the file's going back and forth, but I'm actually only going one way at any one time, just so you know. So I've filed the rest of the nails into a coffin stroke ballerina shape, so I'm going to do that now. So all I need to do is square off the end and then taper in the sides. Now I'm also not cutting in, so when you look from the side you want your lower arch to be in line with your nail groove, so it comes straight out, so there's no cutting in. And then to get a really nice blunt edge, I just like to file downwards so it's really square. So these are all finished and I've left the actual surface as a rough surface because I'm going to gel polish these, so the gel polish will stick to the surface. If you were going to use nail polish, I would buff them to a high shine so you get a nice smooth finish. So I hope you enjoyed this one, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!